Hey guys, welcome to Composed with me, Richard Schreiber. I wanted to talk to you about knowing your limits. I'm not talking about your alcohol limits, I mean your limits and your self-imposed, sometimes unconscious limits that you place on yourself. And I want you to get to know these limits because pushing into a career of composing, you are going to meet those unconscious limits, and I air quote those, quite quickly and quite easily and quite often. And this is actually a really simple way to get to know your limits, is through exercise. Exercise is a fantastic way to understand the mind over matter thing and pushing past boundaries that are imposed. With exercise, say for instance, if you're going to go for a run, you'll impose a boundary of how long or how far you will be running for. And to simply break that limit, you just push past that boundary ever so slightly. If you are going to want to run 5k, run 5.1k, and all of a sudden you have exceeded your expectations. If you're going to be doing like kettlebell swings, impose a limit of 75 and then get to 76. Now, the reason this is a good thing, pushing past self-imposed limits on a minute scale, is because what you will start to train yourself to do is to believe your limits can be broken. And what that means is you can then apply that belief to your writing, to your success as a composer. Your self-belief that you could only earn perhaps 50,000 per year from composing will be broken and can be broken because you believe that limitations placed on you are there to set the bar, to set the bar low, to push through the ceiling. Of course, there's the other end of the spectrum where you set your goals super, super, super high. What's that quote? Shoot for the stars. If you miss, you'll land on the moon. But what we're talking about here is training yourself to believe that your limitations can be broken. And that's why it's good to get to know your limits so that you can push past them, push through them, and constantly reaffirm the positive that you are better than any limitation placed on you. It's hugely important, hugely important. So you can start with exercise as a way to train your mind to push past boundaries. I mean, it's no wonder that CEOs love running marathons. If there's anything that's going to be training your brain to push past limits that you think are perhaps, air quotes, impossible, a marathon or double back-to-back marathons, or, count 10 marathons in 10 days. That's the type of thing that these sort of high-flying CEOs do, because they understand the correlation between breaking boundaries outside of work and breaking boundaries within work, and how the two are interlinked because you're training your mind to beat your limitations. And I put limitations in air quotes again because they are often self-imposed and cruelly so. So guys, go do some exercise, give yourself a limit and push past it. Only a little bit, but just push past it, and then give yourself a pat on the back and say, I beat that limitation.